What's going on, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy Sydney here with you, and it is a Friday morning here in Sydney, Australia. It's a little cloudy. It's a little average if I look above into the skies, but that's not going to stop me from doing what I got to do today. So I was thinking about a particular topic for today as I was driving along, and as I was about to actually address this topic, I had the video ready to go, had the description in, had the thumbnail loaded up, and then I see something on the side of the road. I saw a car pulled over, and I saw two girls dressed in their business attire to go to their white collar jobs. Of course, not their blue collar trade jobs that pay more, which could help bridge the gender pay gap. But you know, the white collar jobs. And there was a third person down changing the tire on the side of the road. And I mean, my first thought was like, you know, they've suckered some dude into coming and helping them out. But then I realized that it was actually a third girl. And now I don't know who of you in the box here have previously tried to change a tire, but if you have tried to change a tire before, or if you have actually changed a tire before, you'll know that it takes a significant amount of leverage and force on the whatever they call it, the tire wrench. I can't even think of the name right now. There is a particular name for it. So you know, you guys know it takes a particular amount of strength to leverage those wheel nuts. But this girl she was sitting on the ground with her legs crossed and just going like this. And there was a few things that I was feeling at that moment. Amusement, tire iron, exactly, MGTOW, thank you. Sorry, I've been a bit knackered lately, guys. You guys have probably noticed I'm maybe a little flagging in energy as I do my lives some days. It's just I've had so much going on. I was with my buddy for 4 hours last night discussing an app idea, and then I got home, and then I got up early, and it's just nuts. It just doesn't stop. So, well, yeah, exactly, Riff. Magos, we're supposed to be equal. Good to see you guys all the way. By the way, all of you in the box. And if you haven't smashed that thumbs up yet, please do that. There's 11 of you that haven't done that already. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, because I know about half of my viewers are not actually subscribers, so hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell next to it so you get my daily notifications on my juicy red pill content. Anyway, back to the story. So she's sitting there like trying to do it, and I felt a couple of feelings. One of those feelings was amusement. One of those feelings was just exasperation at the fact that it was just such a fruitless way of trying to do it. And then there was the third one, guys, and I was like, well, shit, man. It's just another daughter that got raised in a fatherless home. You know, and this is what's happening, right? You got 3 girls stranded on the side of the road, and they can't even change a tire between the 3 of them because no dad's around. It's a very sad state of affairs. And you know, the more and more that I talk about all of these issues, the more and more that I raise awareness and bring attention to all of these things in the world that are just all messed up and all nuts, almost all of it can be attributed to fatherless homes. Now, I know some of my subs are females, and some of you probably didn't have a father around, which is why you resonate with some of my content. I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But for those of you women or guys out there who do not know how to change a tire, go and watch some YouTube videos on how to change a tire. Find on lots of views and lots of thumbs up. Go watch it. Go practice it on your own tire. And for God's sake, make sure you tighten your wheel nuts again after you've untied them. And I'm not talking like, oh, that should do. I'm talking like, I want sweat to be dripping off your forehead before you let go of it. Unless you're like super powerful, in which case you already know that you're powerful, in which case you can probably gauge yourself. But if you're not all that strong, you need to bust your ass to tighten that shit, because you don't want it falling off on you. I'm just saying. And yeah, no soy for me, Uncle Baldy. You know me, man. Oh, hang on. Just snuck a little spot in here. I had to turn right, and all the traffic was banked up, and then someone came out, so I just straight into the spot that he left. Yeah, no soy for me, Uncle Baldy. And R2D2 says, a woman asked my help once. I told her I always get a mechanic myself, don't want to dirty my hands. I knew you could have done that, you sneaky R2D2. I know you could have done it yourself. But look, this is the thing, right? It used to be that when we do these things, there's some appreciation shown. But yet there's less and less appreciation shown by the day, collectively. And look, and you guys know that I'm aware, right? And you guys know that I acknowledge that there are some women out there, right? How if you do something like that for them, they'll actually be super grateful. They'll say, what can I do for you? Can I give you some money? Or, hey, you're kind of cute. Can I buy you dinner? You know, you're going to have the occasional ones like that. Or then you're going to just get the ones that say, oh, thank you so much. But then they drive away and they're like, oh, thank God he was there, so I don't have to pay for it. Right? That's the attitude of some of them, even if they say thank you. And it's sad, but that's the way it is. Now I've got a comment here in the chat. Lee Forrester says, Scott, I have a question. Do people know you talk about men's issues, judge you when they've seen your videos? It's a good question, Lee. And some of them do. But they'll say, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. And like it's usually females, typically speaking. I don't have any soy boy friends. And the ones that I have I keep at arm's length. You know, they're more acquaintances than anything, because they don't understand things the way I do. But I've had one of my good buddies, his wife, and look, I've known them for a very long time, and she's actually really lovely, right? She's the one that I spoke about a while back, where they, you know, they're a fairly traditional couple, but they've stuck together, you know, and she respects him as a man, you know, and she respects the fact that he's not a little puppy dog, and he doesn't come and ask her for permission to do everything. And she said, oh, you know, Scott, sometimes I see things and just, you know, it just doesn't, you know, it just seems a little too much, you know, and just really throws me off, because, you know, I just haven't known you like that before. I'm like, And I just say to them, well, you know, the first video I did was respect is earned, not owed, right? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, what's your views on respect? She goes, well, I think that everyone should respect people. I said, why should they respect people? She goes, well, because, you know, you should respect other people. I said, well, why? What have they done to earn your respect? What? She goes, well, I don't think that, you know, people will need to necessarily earn your respect for you to respect them. I said, well, you can treat them with common decency, but that doesn't mean that you have to respect them. That doesn't mean that they've earned your respect. And like, if you tell me to treat someone with respect and I don't respect them, and I think they're a complete dick and I would never give them the time of day, and you tell me I have to respect them, why should I respect them? And I finally got her to actually admit and acknowledge that treating people with decency and being respectful and having respect for someone are not the same thing. And she goes, oh, but Scott, there's this issue, women have to deal with the pay gap. I said, how much do you get paid? She goes, oh, I get paid well. I said, would you say you get paid a lot more than your husband? She goes, well, yeah, I'm the breadwinner in the family. I said, so where's your pay gap in your family? She goes, well, I worked really hard, and it's a government job, and I've been doing it for a number of years, and I'm the supervisor. And I said, yes, and your husband isn't in that kind of position, is he? Well, no. I said, so what you're saying is that as a full-time earner, you earn more than your husband, who's also a full-time earner, because you've been at the role for longer, you've worked harder at it, and you've worked your way up the ranks, right? She goes, well, I guess so. I said, so why can't other women do that? She was like, well, not everyone's in the same circumstances. I said, yeah, but this is the thing, Marina. You can't play the victim, right? I didn't say that words, but basically the discussions I have with her are always about opening her eyes to things that she's not aware of, right? Because she's actually a pretty intelligent woman. Once she has all the facts, she's able to make pretty good analytical decisions, right? And I can respect that about her. And she's a very kind person, and she's compassionate. So, when I have the discussions with her, they're always very interesting, because they start out with a big disagreement and they end with her going, oh, well, I don't want to agree with you, but I kind of do. But I also kind of don't want to agree with you because you've just challenged me on this. So, yeah. That's long and the short of it, Lee Forrester, is that if people don't like what I have to say, then they can ask me why I say it. And if they still don't like what I have to say, after I tell them why I say it, well then, that's cool. I don't need to waste my time with them. But people who are intelligent, people who are willing to engage in reasonable discourse, those are the people that I will have the discussion with. Those are the people that will turn around. And you know what? And I've been actually very, very surprised at how many people, and even women that I know at least, have been quite understanding and accepting of my videos, and have actually said to me, well, I sort of see your point on that, and and they listen to the things that I say, and they're like, oh yeah, well, when I thought about it, I noticed that I've got this friend who had a single mum, and she's exhibiting these type of characteristics, and maybe she needs to, all of these things that you're saying, I'm actually seeing these pan out amongst my friends. And it's like, kind of cool, right? Because it's hard to find that general acknowledgement from, like if I was to go to a woman on the street, for argument's sake, and get her to watch one of my videos, she'll probably think I'm a massive misogynist. Let's be honest. But, I mean, unless she's red pill, unless she knows what's really going on, and then she'll probably see my point of view. But people who actually know me, people who know where my heart is, all the women who have known me for however many years, and oh man, I'm so tired, who have known me for however many years, and always have known that I'm there, and if they've got a question for me, I'll be honest with them, and I've got their back in terms of giving them the answers that nobody else is prepared to tell them, because they go to all their female friends first. And then they wonder why they get shit advice. It's like, well, gee, what a freaking surprise, right? And then they come to me, and I give them some honest answers, and I give them some real talk, and I actually give them information that's helpful and beneficial to them. And they're like, wow, I actually really appreciate this information. I really appreciate the honesty and Scott's direct approach. He's not just beating around the bush, right? And because if they come to me and they say, Scott, do I need to lose weight? I'll say, do you feel happy at your current weight? And they'll say, well, not really. And I'll say, I know. And they'll say, how do you know? And I'll say, because you wouldn't have asked me how you look if you were happy with your weight. And they'll say, oh, you know me so well, right? It's like it's almost like clockwork. And then I'll say to them, okay, well, if you're not happy with your weight, what are you prepared to do to change it? They'll say, oh, but exercise is so hard. And I'll say, well, what's harder, being unhappy with your weight or exercising? Oh, well, exercising, I guess. It's like, well, okay, don't change. Just be happy with your weight and be done with it. And they're like, oh, but I want to lose weight. It's like, okay, so do you want to lose weight more than you want to be? Do you want to lose weight more than you don't want to exercise? And it's when you start asking these questions, their brain starts to tick over, and they start to do some benefit analysis and see, oh, okay, well, maybe I do need to actually look at what my primary motivation is and where my head lies. Good morning.
When you here, when you shut the door.
Why? Because I'm doing my video for the morning. I do video every morning.
What for? For yourself?
I'll explain later. People are watching me live right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to see my? You want to say hi? Say hi. Come on, Van.
What's that? No.
All right. Well, I've got 2,500 subscribers, so unless you want to be in my video,
no. I don't want my picture on the public on the.
Okay, all good.
Okay.
All right, I'll finish off. And that's how you deal with your boss asking questions in the morning. Oh, so good, so good. Damn, where was I, guys? Where was I? I totally lost my train of thought there. Yeah, look, so, people know that I'll give them some real answers, and, when I start to ask them these questions and I start to get them to, analyze things back and forth, they start to sort of go, okay, well, maybe I actually do need to do some thinking. Maybe I do need to balance up what I want to do with myself, and whether I actually really want to lose weight or whether I want to exercise, right? What do I want to, like, do I want to be fat or do I want to exercise more? Right? Like, they actually have to look at this. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, look, that's all I got to say for now. But that was, I guess, my answer. To your question, Lee Forrester, regarding how people react when they find out about my channel. It's like, well, if they've got any questions for me about the things that I say, then they can come and ask me, and they'll tell me why I say it, and I'll tell them why I say it. All right, Hell's favorite angel, Mike. He already knows I'm MGTOW, right? This is my work mug. God, this is my work mug for my coffee, which I'm about to make right now, actually. Yeah, Lee, I should get an early night. I am knackered, man, but I got more stuff on tonight, and I've got 11-hour days of my security course over the weekend, and then I'm back to work next Monday. It never stops, brother. But it's better than mediocrity. I'd rather be tired than be mediocre. Right? I would rather work hard than sleep all day. I'd rather have bags under my eyes than have nothing to show for myself. Right? And to me, that's part of what being a man is all about. Working hard. Exactly what sort of Damocles just said. Indeed, work early, work hard, get an early retirement. That's what I'm all about, guys. Right? I don't want to live. I don't want to work till I'm 65, 70 years old. Right? I don't want to be those cucks that spend all their money on all the shit they didn't need early in life. Right? That just work a 9-to-5 job. That just exist for the sake of existing just because it's easier to exist than kill themselves, right? I don't want to be one of those guys, right? I want to live a life of purpose. I want to live a life of passion. I want to live a life where I actually stand for something. And you guys know that I stand for something. And that's why I talk about what I talk about. That's why I do what I do. That's why I don't care what people think of me. That's why I don't care what people say about me. That's why I don't care. But I do care about you guys, and you know this. Anyway, this kettle's about boiled, so I'm gonna go make myself a coffee for the morning. But guys, if you are Sydney based, I would love to see you at my buddy stand-up men's event, The Art of Solo Travel, and the Art of Solo Travel, what your father never taught you. Right? Go and check that out. It's on the 10th of May at 10 Shepherd Street, Chippendale. Go and check out my video, MGTOW, how to be a man, what your father never taught you. And it's got all the details in the description below. I will be there. Come down and see me. I'd love to catch up with you guys and meet some of you in person. And I will definitely catch up with you very soon. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. And I'll see you next time. Peace.